Hi all, I'm Alice, and my school life is a full-blown nightmare fuel. And all because my mom is the principal of my school. Those of you who have teacher parents must already understand me. As for all the others, well, prepare for a wild story. I bet you can't even imagine what I went through. I've always known how my mom earned our living, and when I was a child, I was really proud of it. My friends and I used to pretend studying at school, and Mom gave us real blackboards, chalk, and class registers to use in our games. Besides, all my friends were always jealous when Mom took me with her to work. When I was just a kid, it actually felt like a real adventure. Lots of empty classrooms, school bells ringing, adult smiling faces everywhere. All of Mom's colleagues were fond of me and told me I was really smart. Besides, they allowed me to play at the school gym while Mom was busy. Moreover, everyone in the town knew my mom and respected her greatly. But then I grew up and got enrolled in Mom's school. I'm sure that she meant well. After all, I'd be better to go to school where everyone and their grandma knew me. And besides, Mom was always near to help me and give advice. Still, the situation turned out to be far from pretty. Well, at first, it was kinda great. I already knew all the teachers and the majority of the kids. My elementary school years were wonderful. I even became the honor roll pupil because I knew a lot and really enjoyed studying. Our teachers described my success to my mom. My peers often asked me for help with their assignments, and even the older pupils came up to me if they didn't know how to get to the right classroom. But in a few years, everything changed. The things that seemed great when I was just a kid turned out problematic when I became a teenager. All of my classmates turned on me for the first time when one of the guys cheated during a science lesson, and the teachers somehow brought that to light. I wasn't even present at the lesson that day. I had a stomach ache, and our school nurse told me to rest in the infirmary. But for some reason, everyone was sure that it was me who had told the teacher about cheating. I was boycotted. And I got really scared, and then it just became the pattern. If anything strange happened, I was blamed immediately. If anyone tried cheating, if someone was absent unexpectedly, if someone tried forging his or her parent's signature, I was the one to blame. My peers just made me the root of all evil, and I just couldn't convince them to change their minds. Well, as the principal's daughter, I really had the opportunity to rat on anyone without fear. I just never used that opportunity though. Yet the kids were somehow sure that I would immediately inform my mom if anything happened. So my whole class broke ties with me altogether. They didn't actually bully me. They knew that the teachers won't ever allow them to do so. They just stopped talking to me or even interacting with me in any possible way. Somehow, that felt even worse than bullying. The teachers also don't like me now. You see, I'm not that talented. For example, exact sciences aren't really my thing. I really love literature and I even attend some extra photography classes. Yet algebra, physics, and the like are all Greek to me. And it's okay. You can't be perfect in every possible way after all. Yet the teachers expected me to be perfect. And when I proved unable to deliver on the expectations, they complained about my failures to my mom. They told me that I was lazy, that I never prepared for their lessons, that I shamed them all in the eyes of our whole town. Mom believed them and made me work as hard as humanly possible at home. She was sure that I was just lazy, you see. Funny thing is, my classmates still believed that I was our teacher's favorite student. The teacher scolded me in front of the whole class, gave me a C- and made me leave the class in tears. And those kids would still gossip that I got the answers to every test beforehand. At some point, I just snapped. I simply refused to go to school and locked myself in my room. I was 100% sure that I would die on the spot if I walked into the classroom one more time. Classmates who ignored me, teachers who made my life so stressful, Mom who believed her colleagues and was sure that I was very lazy. I just couldn't bear all of that anymore. Yet Mom did nothing to ease my suffering. Instead, she just sent me to our school therapist. I never told that therapist anything important because I was sure that she transfers all my words and complaints directly to my mom. You see, they're close friends, and I'm pretty sure the therapist is willing to please my mom more than she wants to uphold her work ethics. Recently, I celebrated my transfer to high school that mysteriously coincided with another one of my nervous breakdowns. I had no choice on the matter. I really wanted to leave the school behind and go to college. I even passed the exams and got enough to enter it without any problem. Yet Mom just ordered me to throw away my plan and continue my studies at high school. Still, I'm pretty glad that almost all of my old classmates are finally gone. Maybe this year, I will be able to make some friends. Or maybe my new classmates will just communicate with me. That alone would be really nice.
Hi y'all, I'm Nicole, Alice's former classmate and friend, and here's my part of the story. I'm sure you'll need it to fully understand the situation. I first met Alice in middle school. My family moved into the big city not that long ago, and I had no idea what my former friend's life was like when she was a grade schooler. I wasn't the only newcomer though. There were many of us. And truth be told, the class became pretty diverse. The kids who studied here since preschool tried to help us in every way possible, though. Yet, there was one strange moment. Those kids had told us newcomers that Alice wasn't a girl to try and make friends with. They actually warned us about it. At that moment, I thought that Alice was just one of those people who inadvertently became the laughingstock in any company. I didn't want it to be that way, so I decided to become that change. I originally thought that Alice was the unfortunate victim of some elementary school incident. She may have pissed herself in public, or accidentally taken someone's breakfast, or something crazy like that. And now she had to live with that undeserved stigma. How terribly unfair! You see, no one was actually able to tell me why Alice was such bad company. So I just believed that she was a poor, unfortunate soul, and I decided to change that for her. I approached her myself and asked her to be my friend. Funny thing is, she reacted to my proposal not with happiness, but with fear. I got the impression that Alice only expected bad things from those around her. But still, she agreed, and soon we began to hang out together. In a few days, I figured out that her mom was the headmistress. Alice didn't actually tell me about that. I figured that out all by myself. Furthermore, I was actually startled that she didn't tell me anything about it. I mean, that wasn't really a big deal after all. There was no need to keep it a secret. I've studied with kids of teachers and other school officials before. Those boys and girls were just normal teenagers, just like their peers. Besides, I'm pretty sure that being a teacher's child is great. I told Alice about that, and my newfound friend loosened up a bit. Alice told me that our classmates don't want to have anything in common with her because of her mom. Apparently, the kids were sure that the headmistress mom was lenient with her or something. At first, I believed it. You see, kids will often make someone a pariah just because of some terrible rumors, so Alice's version was pretty plausible. But in a few weeks, I realized that none of our classmates made any connections between Alice and her mom. Alice's mom, the headmistress, was actually respected by kids and adults alike. Alice, on the other hand, both teachers and pupils agreed that Alice's mom was all around cool. That woman did a lot for our school, made it into a prestigious academic institution. Our pupils could even get diplomas of various sports, photography, and art classes. And those diplomas were recognized by all the colleges and universities of our country. Suffice it to say, people loved Alice's mother. You'd think they'd love Alice too, right? If only out of respect for her mom. But still, even the teachers sometimes whispered that Alice was not at all like her mother. Alice was rumored to be rude, lazy, and an entitled girl. Well, later on, I realized that both the teachers and my classmates spoke the truth. Alice didn't like studying at all. All she loved was gossiping and telling on people. If you happened to mention any personal secret in class and Alice was nearby, be assured that secret would turn into public domain information in no time. And of course, she leaked all the worthwhile information directly to the teachers and even to the headmistress. Of course, Alice would always try to put on such a good girl face. But she was never successful because in the end, she never really cared about it all that much. She wasn't afraid of any repercussions. My mom's the headmistress, and you can't do anything to me. Those were the exact words she would tell anyone who tried to talk to her. She even had the nerve to tell that to our teachers, for God's sake. That sounded horrible and looked no better. Alice was confident that she could act with impunity, and her smug face was just awful. We were friends for only about half a year, and then I snapped. I tried talking to her. I tried telling her that what she was doing was wrong, and such a way of communication could only bring her harm, and that being smug wasn't going to get you everything. But I failed. So soon, naturally, we broke away. I joined the majority of our classmates and tried to just ignore Alice from then on. And of course, she was sure that I hideously ditched her. Alice always thought that she was the righteous one, and all the others were wrong. She never even tried to think about why those kids weren't happy with her. Big mistake. What do you think about Alice, and what do you think about Nicole? Tell us in the comments. Leave your likes, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.